Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tutorial on the look you see me wearing right now. The reason that I'm doing this at the start of the video is because I totally forgot to do an intro. I came up with this look because I actually bought a Makeup Geek blush in the shade Chivalry, which I'll show you later, and it ended up being way too dark for me. So I decided to convert it into an eyeshadow or use it as an eyeshadow, and this is what I came up with. So let's get started. Here I'm just really moving around the foundation that's resting on my eyelids because it tends to crease up, and I'm picking up Makeup Geek's Beaches and Cream and using this just to set any excess foundation that's on my lid and act as a base for all the other colours to blend over nicely. And here I'm just picking up the shade Creme Brulee, also from Makeup Geek, and using this in my crease just really as a transition shade. To deepen up my crease a little bit, I'm picking up the shade Frappe, and I'm using this Real Techniques, I think it's a blender brush, but it's just a little bit more dense and a little bit smaller and fits in the socket of my eye perfectly. And I'm using just really light strokes and deepening up that crease, but making sure that all of the shades are kind of blending together really nicely because I want it to look really blown out and really quite smoky. So I'm just going to do that on either eye and then blend out all the edges using a little bit of Creme Brulee and this fluffy brush again. And this is the blush that inspired the whole look. I just really love this kind of terracotta, dark, reddy brown. I really don't know how to explain the shade. But anyway, it is wearable as a blush for me, but it will last me through the end of time, I think, because I literally just have to dab it in the pan, and I think it's just going to last me an eternity. So I thought, what better way than to use it as eyeshadow? And after I tried it out in a couple of videos, I really liked how it looked, and I got a couple of people asking what shade it was and things like that. So I'm just using this tiny little elf brush. I really don't know what kind it is. It doesn't have a name, and I'm keeping the shade really close to my lash line and blending it up. I want it to look really quite blown out, but with most of the colour right down at my proper lid space. As you can see from my eyes, I have really hooded eyes, so I don't really have much lid space. So I'm just really building up the colour really slowly, bit by bit. As they say, you can add more colour easy and it's hard to take it away, yada. It does take time, but just build it up slowly, and of course don't forget to blend it all out. Here I've just gone back and I'm intensifying it as close to my lash line as possible, just to make sure that we haven't lost any of that colour during the blending. And I'm picking up Creme Brulee again just to soften out all the edges so we don't have any harsh lines. Here I'm picking up Rapunzel and using, I think it's a little pencil brush from Morphe, but I'll have everything listed below, and I'm just going to use this as my brow bone highlight and also as an inner corner highlight. I thought Rapunzel was coming off a little bit too white as an inner corner highlight, so I picked up this little palette. I can't remember what it's called, but I will list it below. It came in a Birchbox, and I'm using the middle shade because it's a little bit more orangey toned, and I use that on top of Rapunzel in my inner highlight. Here I'm taking this tiny little Real Techniques brush and dipping that into Chivalry and running this just along my lower lash line, not right to the insides, but basically 3/4 of the way in. After cleaning off that little elf brush, I use the shade Frappe and just smoke out that lower lash line just a little bit. I decided to grab this eyeliner. It's Cynthia Rowley Beauty. I think we got it in a Birchbox at some point. And I'm just running this in my waterline. After curling my lashes, I went in with Benefit's They're Real Lash Primer and then the Benefit They're Real Mascara. This is hands down my favourite mascara of all time. I repurchase it again and again. And because I did the rest of this look off camera, that is it for this tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye!